Hello everybody, this is Albert with Green Tea House. I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to talk about a classic in Southeast Asia, jasmine green tea. Now before we begin, I highly recommend you check out our back catalog of episodes, in particular the playlist on Tea 101. So what is tea, what's the difference between green tea, black tea, and so forth. Now jasmine green tea is one of the most popular teas of Asia. This is a mainstay in China, and I would say certainly in Indochina, Vietnam. This is probably the foremost tea that is consumed over there, and that area is known for its jasmine green tea. So like the other green teas that are made in China and Japan, they are 0% oxidized, meaning that once they pick the leaves, they have to prevent it from breaking down. That's what oxidization means, breaking down. Because as it breaks down, the flavor is going to change, the taste is going to change, the aroma is going to change, the liqueur is going to change. And so as a green tea, they have to kill green it. In other words, stop the oxidation completely. So how they do it in China and how they do it in Japan is different. We've talked about in previous episodes. So in China, they typically pan fry it to kill green it, and in Japan, they will steam it. So when it comes to jasmine green, they're going to pluck it, they're going to kill green it, and then they're going to roll it. Now, in the old days, they used to roll it by hand. Now, a lot of this is mechanical. You know, nowadays, pretty much everything is mechanical. But as they pluck it, and before they roll it, they're going to lay out the Camellia sinensis leaves out on a mat. And you can see, like, pictures of just lay it out. And what they'll do is, and you see this with other naturally infused teas, what they'll do is they'll get jasmine blossoms in this case and either put them on different layers. So you might have like a tray of the green leaves, the green tea leaves, the Camellia sinensis leaves, and then above it will be jasmine blossoms, and then the next one will be green tea or green leaves, tea leaves, and then the next one's jasmine blossom. Or they'll just throw all of the jasmine blossoms with the tea leaves, and then they'll leave it out for quite some time after they've killed green it. Now, if they don't kill green it before this, so many times it's going to really fully oxidize, and that's essentially going to turn into withering by the sun, and that's what we call white tea. So what they'll do is they'll have them next to each other so they naturally infuse it. So the jasmine flavors naturally infuse into the green tea. And you juxtapose this or compare this to, unfortunately, a lot of tea that you might buy at a tea store is sprayed with flavor enhancers or fake essential oils or bad essential oils. And we've talked about before, so if you see a tea flavor that's like dark chocolate peanut butter or coconut black tea, well, clearly you know that's going to be fake and manufactured like they do with a lot of candles, like scented candles. So there's going to be a lot of fake scented teas. Jasmine green is not a fake one. They just put these two things right next to each other, and the jasmine blossoms infuse into the tea leaves, so you have a natural combination of these two things. So you get kind of the classic Chinese green tea flavor of kind of like a toasty roastedness, freshness that is different than the Japanese green tea, but then you get it infused because of the jasmine with a very nice floral bouquet. And that's what makes this tea great. Now, jasmine green tea can be, I guess its two major variants are going to be like leaves like this rolled up. And the other one you're going to find are jasmine pearls. So these are going to be the tea leaves rolled up into balls, similar to like gunpowder green in balls. And then once you put them in hot water, they unleash themselves. We sell the standard jasmine green, and you know, whatever. We'll see one day, maybe if there's a brick and mortar, we will offer the pearl version, because I think the pearl version has, and I've talked about, like, you really want to use your five senses when it comes to tea. You want to look at them, you want to feel the texture, you want to smell it, look at the liqueur and all these things. And I think there's a certain beauty to the pearl of jasmine, but the tastes are very similar. And that's why we sell jasmine green, because it is an exceedingly popular tea universally, and it's just a great tea. Now, how should you drink it? It's a green tea. I've mentioned before, like in China, it's not like they have a thermometer where they're like measuring what's the actual temperature, and the actual green tea temperature should be, you know, exactly at 175 degrees. But as a whole, I would say that the green tea should be about 175-ish, 170. So if you have a kettle, I would do something 170 to 180. And I would steep it for about 3 minutes and then take it out and use it again. So you should definitely get like an infuser of some sort. And as I talked about before, like we do sessions, so don't throw away your tea leaves. So steep it for 3 minutes, 170 to 180, and then use those tea leaves, put them back in your Kyushu, like I always use Kyushus here, I like Kyushus. And then pour hot water again, 170, 180 for 3 minutes, and then drink that, and then do it a third time or even a fourth time. Typically with green teas, you can't get as many infusions, at least Chinese green teas, as you could maybe with some other variants, but you can definitely re-infuse these things 3 times to get at least 1 session, so your leaves last longer. So as much as I want you coming back to buy more tea, I'm not going to be dishonest and tell you that once you use the leaves, you need to throw them out. No, you should keep re-steeping them many times. So that is Jasmine Green. It is just a naturally beautiful floral green tea. I highly recommend it because you get all the health benefits of green tea with this nice floral taste that maybe you don't get as much with Dragonwell Chinese green tea or with gunpowder Chinese green tea or some of the Japanese green teas. Guys, post in the comments. I'd like to hear what's your history with Jasmine Green. Until next time, take care. God bless and pray.